Sorry, I like this one to go now.
Hello everyone. So there's a breaking news here that anti-graft agency EFCC barricades ex-governor Yahaya Bello's house in Abuja amid 84 billion fraud case. That Sahara reporters reports that the EFCC siege is coming days after the former governor held a meeting with Bola Tinubu at the State House. I'm just trying to, I always say this in Sahara reporter, they'll just be repeating words. I don't know whether it's true. So I'm just trying to hold up and paid. Operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission have barricaded the house of the immediate past governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, in Wuse, Abuja. Sahara reporters reliably gather that there's currently no movement in any way. All of these things going on, craziness upon craziness. For me, I don't even get excited about these things. It looks as if it's some political gimmick. They come together, they will now do this, have these cases, whatever. Before you know what's happening, they are striking deals, they are doing this. AFCC that had case with the current what's his name is Senate President Akpabio, Godswill Akpabio. EFCC has case with him, billions of naira, fraud issue, right? And he was invited at that time. He said he was sick. There was some sickness he said he had. Is he still sick? Yeah, Senate President doesn't have immunity. They are not doing anything about it. So they put off of these cases, and then before you know what's happening, it's being used to strike some political, some political deals and all of that. And some of them, at the end of the day, even when EFCC gets a judgment, prosecution is done and everything, then Supreme Court is throwing it out based on one technicality or the other. I think one of the is it Ojus or Kalu that had one of his cases that he was even sentenced to jail, and then the next thing he went to Supreme Court, and the one technicality or the other, something was thrown away. All of these things are the craziness. For me, I refuse to be focused on these things. Yeah, I'm going to talk about it now, but a lot of distractions are going on. A lot of things are being brought in to distract the people from the fact that there is really bad governance going on. There is suffering in the land. People are going through so much. People are taxing their fellow citizens rather than coming on to the government that is wasting their monies that they have in place. And it's really crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So we continue to watch what is going on. Like I saw a tweet where somebody said, by the time Tinubu is done with especially those northern ruling elites, right, they will not know what would have hit them. They've not seen what happened in Lagos and how he has subjugated the people of Lagos to being under his palm, where he takes away the power from the people who had the structure, original structure and whatever, takes away it. Look for what do I put it now? Look for stooges that he will put in all places, so that those ones, some people, they are loyal to anything that gives them power, access, connection, money, whatever. And so they will now be loyal to those people. And it has already started little by little. We are seeing already, El-Rufai going here and there, Ganduje case, whatever it is. For me, is that this shouldn't be put on the issue of wasting taxpayers' money. You're going to go after somebody, go after them very well, for there to be prosecution, for there to be return of monies that are looted, for there to be, for there to be closure on it. It's not the one that are being used as political bargain chips. Because right now what we have is that all of this allegation, all of this bribery allegation, looting allegation, whatever it is, they are now being used. That's it. They are now being used as political tools. They are not being used for the ones that are being controlled. Yeah, we see what happens with the Senate now. As far as Akpabio is concerned, Akpabio doesn't even know that he's the number 3 man in Nigeria. No, he just sees himself as some glorified houseboy to Tinubu and whatever it is, and that's why you see him behaving in a way that has discredited the office that he's occupying. That's why he doesn't know that he's the head of the most powerful arm of government, because the legislative arm of government is actually more powerful than the executive, and sometimes even more powerful than the judiciary. Even if the judiciary decides to interpret something, they can go back and change the law and write a new law and all of that. But we have people who are in charge of this this whole thing just being like slaves, just being used anyhow. No, all they think about, it's not even for the betterment of the country, it's for the betterment of a few. So I'm not moved by this thing, but we'll continue to see how this plays out. And this is one of the reasons why people hold on to power. They do everything desperate to hold on to power, and they behave anyhow, and they forget that 8 years is not forever. Yeah, a lot of people forget that 8 years is not forever. It's just 1 decade. If we are, I always say this thing, it's except when somebody is not alive that it's forever. If you are alive, before you know what's happening, bam, just ask yourself, where were you 2014? What were you doing in 2014? It's already a decade. Before you know what's happening now, we'll be talking about 2034. For those that will live up to that 2034, before you know, it passes like this. And that's why you sit down, you're wasting things, you're not doing things. Things just keep going by. Things just keep wasting away. If we do nothing, we're going to be here. It's going to worsen. This thing that people are thinking, oh, prayer, they will pray. God will not, I keep saying this thing, no, God will not do for us what he has given us the capacity for us to do for ourselves. God has given us brains, we must use them. We must use the brains that God gave us. You will not sit down and do nothing and expect that you will just come and then, oh, everything is going to be, it doesn't work like that. So, let's continue to see how this whole thing plays out, and what are the things that come out of it. It says the Anti-Graft Commission, in an amended charge, accused Bello of diverting 80 billion of state funds in September 2015. Okay, now I'm stopped. 4 months before he assumed office. Oh, that's crazy. 4 months before he assumed, he was already diverting 80. How did they have access to 80 billion naira? I'm curious. And the reports continue. Recall that the EFCC had arraigned Bello's nephew, Ali Bello, before the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja for alleged laundering to the tune of 10 billion belonging to the state government. You know, I find this thing so funny when you see people bringing in their family members into all of this. Yeah, it's even alleged corruption and stuff like that. I'm like, it's a family affair. The state government faulted the charge, describing it as ridiculous and laughable, argued that it's impossible as the former governor was not yet in a position to assess or misappropriate state funds at the center. Honestly, even me, I was side with, how did he have access to 80 billion naira when he doesn't have? How? The state government, in a statement signed by the Commissioner for Information and Communication, Kingsley Afanwo, had on February 7, 2024, accused the EFCC of being infested with persons whose intents disagree with the noble intention of Mr. President, in quote, indeed in quote, because there's no president in Nigeria, to defeat corruption in Nigeria. Oh, Nigeria is Nigeria should be used for comic relief. Wallahi. If this wasn't serious, the thing goes on, and if this wasn't serious, this would be used for comic relief. Anyway, we'll see how this goes, because it just makes me remember, as I was reading it, I just remember Delta State, when James Ibori was being accused. Delta State said their money was not missing. It took UK government to arrest and prosecute James Ibori, even though now as an ex-convict, he's back here in Nigeria and one of the G's. May God, like someone said, may God save us from us. because we have our own problem.
The mighty Yaya Bello, why are you running? Why is Yaya Bello running from the EFCC? One thing that I know about the Nigerian government or all these people is once they are done with you, they have a way of disgracing you. All right, this news is coming from the Sahara reporters. Gunshot fired as Kogi Governor Ododo, with the help of police, escort smuggle Yaya Bello out of Abuja residence, surrounded by agents of anti-corruption agency EFCC. And I mean, if the EFCC is after you, that means they find something on you. That means something is wrong. And sometimes, I mean, if you are clean, why are you running? Why are you running? If you are clean, all you gotta do is just surrender yourself and say, EFCC, here I come. If you find anything on me, then take me. Why are you running? Anyway, this is a report from Masara reporter on Wednesday that there were gunshots at Abuja residence of former Kogi governor Yaya Bello, as current state governor Usman Ododo reportedly smuggled the former out of the premises, which were late sieged by the personnel of the Economic and Financial Crime Commission EFCC. And a security source told Sahara reporters on Wednesday evening that Ododo, aka married woman, escaped with Yaya Bello, adding that there was a serious gunshot battle at Bangazi Street, Wuse Zone 4 in Abuja. Sahara reporter earlier reported that police attached to Governor Ododo on Wednesday prevented the EFCC personnel from arresting Yaya Bello. Sahara reporters also reported earlier that the EFCC operative on Wednesday barricaded Yaya Bello's house in Wuse, Abuja. Ododo visited the embattled Kogi governor on Wednesday while the EFCC were doing their thing. EFCC sources also confirmed that police attached to Governor Ododo prevented the EFCC personnel from arresting the former governor. According to the sources, there would have been a bloody clash if they had gone ahead with the policemen. The Inspector General of Police reportedly gave Yaya Bello more reinforcement through Governor Ododo to thwart his arrest. But we are trying to avoid a bloody clash, one of the sources said. And earlier reported by the Sahara reporter that the EFCC was able to track Bello to Abuja residency by outsmarting him. And it was also learned that Yaya Bello deliberately left his cell phone at the government house in Lokoja, the Kogi governor capital, to avoid being tracked by the Abuja EFCC operative. But they still had smarted him, they still track him anyway. So, and through the aid of mobile phone, the former governor was tracked to where he was holed up in Abuja. So Yaya Bello left his phone at the government house in Kogi to avoid being attacked in Abuja. So all this crazy stuff that is going on, where the EFCC, they are busy. If you don't get any skeleton with your body, I mean, why are you running? That's what I would say. So the EFCC charged the former governor with financial fraud. Wow, 84 billion naira. So they want to arraign him to courts, to Federal High Court in Abuja, for alleged money laundering of a ton of 10 billion naira belongs to the state government. Yeah, I mean, they find something on you. And another thing that the EFCC, they're trying to do is the EFCC joined Yaya Bello's nephew Ali Bello, Dauda Suleiman and Abdul Salam, co-accused, said it was prosecuting them on an amended 7 counts of money laundering, breach of trust, and they misappropriates the fund. Wow, 84 billion naira. Anyway, like I said, if they don't find anything on the guy, why is he running? He should go answer to the call of the EFCC. So sometimes I just wonder, how these people talk with boldness on national TV, and when it comes to them answering to their crime, they have a way of just dodging the authority. So if you don't commit any crime, I better go answer to the EFCC. The state is accusing you, say you don't launder their money, so it's time to return the money if really you have anything to do with it. So that's the story from Sahara reporter about Yaya Bello being arraigned by the EFCC, and we're going to follow up with the story and see what is going to happen in this case. But then Yaya Bello, stop running. You'll be almighty for Kogi State, and we want to see how you're going to do this, and clear yourself. Go clear yourself. Thank you so much for watching. This is news from Onif TV. My name is David Israel.